And I have an 8-year-old who loves it, and I encourage her to work really hard and say she can be the best. But then you see this, you're treated, you work so hard to get nothing.
A tweet from a Stanford coach is sparking controversy tonight. In Indianapolis, a picture of a full and complete weight room for the men's NCAA tournament. And next to it, a picture of the weight room at, look at this, the women's tournament in San Antonio. The difference is remarkable, and it has made a lot of people angry on social media. News 4's Rebecca Cardenas joins us live from Belmont University tonight. And Rebecca, these pictures are making national headlines, understandably so.
Yes, Tracy, they are, and Belmont's women's basketball team will be among dozens of teams who will begin play in the tournament this weekend. I spoke with a former WNBA player who says this affects women everywhere.
An outcry online after these photos, tweeted by a Stanford women's basketball coach, exposed the disparity between the women and men's NCAA training rooms in San Antonio.
Knowing that these young ladies are working and will continue to work so hard, but are blatantly being disrespected, and it's absolutely unacceptable.
Former WNBA player Russia Brown says oversights like this one start at the top.
You know, clearly the people that are in charge are not diverse enough to understand that the things that they're doing is wrong.
And affect more than just the women currently playing the game.
Because it's not fair to those who've played in the past, definitely not those who are enduring this struggle right now. And it makes it very difficult for those that are to come in the future.
Title IX probably does not apply to the NCAA. Title IX does apply to all of the colleges and universities that are participating in the tournament.
According to attorney Audrey Anderson, something like this only applies as a violation of Title IX if an athlete were to make a case that their experience was not equitable at their university.
You'd have to have a whole lot more in order to show that overall women's opportunities at a particular college were not equivalent. Her treatment was not equivalent to men's treatment. I think that the realm of public opinion is probably a much more effective route for these young women participating in the tournament than Title IX would be.
The NCAA responded to the backlash Friday. The VP of women's basketball saying, quote, "As a former women's basketball student athlete, it's always been my priority to make this event the best possible experience for everyone involved. We fell short this year, and what we've been doing to prepare in the past 60 days for 64 teams to be here in San Antonio."
Now, several companies and local businesses have offered their services in wake of this. One of them, Orange Theory Fitness. They have offered private sessions to any team in the country playing in the tournament that would like it, or even to bring equipment to them if that's what they prefer. Marius and Tracy.
Well, nice of them to step up, Rebecca. NCAA officials, though, say a lack of space and preparing for the tournament during a pandemic played a role here, but the backlash made them emotional today. Take a listen.
This is my passion. I care about women's basketball and women in sport. We fell short this year in what we've been doing to prepare.
The NCAA says they plan to expand the facility as more teams were eliminated. We are joined tonight by Belmont Bruins women's basketball coach Bart Brooks, live from San Antonio tonight. Coach Brooks, thanks for being with us. You're there on the ground with your team preparing for this major tournament. How do your ladies feel about all this?
Well, I think, first, we're very grateful and excited to be here. We've worked extremely hard, gone through an unbelievable amount of adversity throughout this season. And, for us to be here together in this moment, we're very grateful to be here. But I would say I think there's some disappointment, just from me as a coach, looking at our players and having to talk about this stuff instead of talking about the great season that we had and the unbelievable opportunity that we had to compete in the national tournament. So it is, it's discouraging, it's disappointing, it's frustrating for sure as a coach to have to deal with this.
And somewhat distracting, you're saying. In a year full of important race and gender conversations, do you think these pictures going viral will spark change?
Yeah, I think, I've been doing this for 18 years as women's basketball coach, and I think we've made great strides as a sport. in those 18 years. But I think this example and kind of this what's happened here in the last couple of days shows just how much further we still have to go. And that I think has been an eye opener for a lot of people. For those of us who do this every day for a living, I'm not sure this is as surprising as it would seem to others.
But yeah, it expands the conversation and the awareness around the country, that's for sure. Okay, before we let you go, we have to ask you about the team. How's your team looking for Monday against Gonzaga?
You know what? We are absolutely having a blast together. We're making the most of this experience. We get to be in a bubble in San Antonio, compete for a national tournament, and we're so grateful to be here. And we had a great practice today. So as far as we go, and just excited to have the opportunity to compete on Monday.
We're so glad to hear it, and we're really proud of your team. Thank you so much. Belmont women's coach Bart Brooks for joining us here live from San Antonio tonight. Thank you again.